Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rocks with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, first up, let's talk about Super Tuesday. 2 days ago, 12 states in pretty much the southern states of the United States, with some exceptions, of course. We all took to our voting booths to place our ballot for either the Republican or Democratic, what is it called? Not presidential elect. Is that what it is? The person that's going to be officially running for each respective party in the upcoming presidential election. How's that? And to make a long story short, it will be between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Swear I did not think that Donald Trump would make it this far. I am so befuddled by the turn of events. And you guys already know that I hate to give shine to it, but goddamn, every single week it's like this man can do no wrong. Just like he said when he said that he could literally stand in the middle of a street and shoot somebody and nobody. That's exactly what it is. Every time we say he sinked to a new low, how the fuck low we gonna get? Every time you think he's put his foot in his mouth or he's done something or said something that was just so outlandish and ridiculous, he comes out of it unscathed. It is the craziest thing to me. But yeah, he's got the momentum for sure. I don't even know if we can call it momentum anymore. It's just our United States of America is in a troublesome state. Real worried about it. But anyway, the newest new low is at a Trump rally the other day. There was a girl there by the name of Shaya Wanguma. I think I'm saying that right. Sounds like she's African. Anyway, she's a University of Louisville student, and at a Kentucky rally, she was there, I guess, kind of representing herself as a Black Lives Matter protester, and Donald Trump had her escorted out. But before she can get out of the rally, a lot of Donald Trump's followers pushed her around, called her a nigga, called her a cunt. It was a terrible display. Almost abuse of this girl, this one young black girl, in the sea of what looks like a bunch of fucking racists. When I saw it, I was disgusted, and I even was surprised. I didn't think that people would do this type of thing. I mean, they were caught on camera and did not care. But that lets you know what the state of our union is right now. Donald Trump is playing up to the fears of racist white people. And y'all, is more of them out there than I guess we knew, right? So it was just a terrible display. But in my same vein, I want to say, I don't know why people go to these rallies. It's becoming more and more unsafe. I don't want a black young girl to go there by herself. I understand that we out there, we fighting for the cause and, but I don't want you to put yourself in jeopardy, your life in jeopardy in a situation like that. It's not even worth it. She could have been seriously hurt there. And yeah, it would have definitely brought some attention to, the radical and craziness of the Trump followers. But still, to me, does it change minds? I mean, nobody seems to care that this girl was treated this way. You don't hear about it all that much in the media, so it's just like, I don't want you to put yourself in that type of danger, black people. Young black people, if you're gonna be there in numbers. I hate that she was treated that way and that she was so not knowing what to do that she just kind of smiled and bounced around like a pinball from person to person. I mean, it was really disgusting. But yeah, you guys, it looks like it's down to Clinton and Donald Trump. I did vote on Tuesday. I had a big dilemma. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, I couldn't figure out who I was going to vote for up until the minute that I cast my vote. I mean, I actually stood there and stared at the screen for a long time. I knew that Hillary Clinton was going to take the Democratic ticket, but I just wanted to make sure that I made the best decision. I have a family. I have people that I have to be worried about their futures, and I mean, it was so serious. It was so serious for me. And I was like, well, I'm really growing up. I'm really an adult. The shit that when I used to vote when I was younger, I mean, I just kind of went by what my damn mom and daddy put. They would literally mark the book. I don't even know if they give books out anymore. But my mom and dad would literally mark the book and give it to me and just be like, here, that's who you vote for. Take this shit up in the booth with you and mark these mark these people down, and that's what I used to do. And now, as I've grown older and I have my own kids and, my own economic future and, their educational future and, I just got all this shit that I got to worry about. I was sitting up in there like, I might have a little bit of a nervous breakdown, you guys. Did anybody else feel like that? It was definitely a for real moment for me. So Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, they will be the final to run the race. I know they still got a few more states that they got to do, but that's what it is, y'all. It's going to be Trump versus Clinton, and I want to make sure that everybody out there gets out to vote. If you're not registered to vote, then you need to get registered, y'all. Shit is fixing to get so real. It's fixing to get so real. Shit, the Oscars happened on Sunday. It felt like it was a fucking lifetime ago, but I'll talk about it. Everybody wants to comment about ChrisRock and the way he handled his stand-up opening scene and, pretty much the entire Oscars simulcast. Look, I thought ChrisRock did fine. I'm really familiar with Chris' brand of humor. If you watch his movies, even more so than his stand-up or his television show, but if you watch his movies, you know what kind of humor he has. It's a little bit corny, it's a little bit quirky. It's almost always satirical about Black folks. And, I knew that he was going to bring that out in his opening speech. What I didn't think I knew is that he would carry out throughout the entire show. I mean, it was almost as if the Oscar producers just let him whatever the fuck he wanted to say and do, that's what they let him say and do. And yes, it got very uncomfortable, but I told you guys a long time ago that I'm okay with people being uncomfortable these days when it comes to race. Fuck, we've been uncomfortable at least for a long time as Black people. It's about time that we, maybe everybody need to kind of feel this same way if we want to be talking about everybody being on equal playing ground. And I knew that the shit that he was saying was not going to necessarily go over well. The jokes about the hanging, yes, it was quite shocking, but it's the truth, you guys. All I'm saying is it's a reality, and I didn't have a problem with him even saying that. But I knew it wouldn't go over well. The whole thing about Jada. Now, I know for a fact that many of you guys said the same thing about Jada in my very own comments. But they were very upset that he would say that on the stage. And I think it was because, we weren't in our own kitchen as Black people. We can say that shit amongst us. It's almost like, we saying nigga. We can say it amongst us, but we ain't really trying to say it when there's white folks around. It's the same situation here with Jada. You guys told Jada down in my damn comments, but then when he decides to say something about it, then all of a sudden everybody is upset about it. I just think that the irony is that Black people, we just can't never it just always, we mad. We mad if you do, or we mad if you don't. And I get it. People are just so fed up with all of the, everybody is real touchy. Everybody's emotions is real high. Okay, everybody is super sensitive. You guys knew all that shit that went on with me talking about work last week and how island folks were so upset about me saying that when, I thought I made it very clear that I really do like Rihanna, but it was just like they felt like I was personally insulting a whole entire culture and a language and all of that. And I have so much respect for islanders. So I just was like, oh my God. It's almost like to the point where you just can't win. You cannot win. But enough about that, you guys. Stacey Dash, we was all just trying to figure out why the hell she was up there on the stage. I think Stacey didn't realize that she was the brunt of a joke. She got out there for, I don't know why. Nobody knew what to do with her. People wasn't clapping or anything. Stacey Dash, I don't know what's going to have to happen for Stacey Dash to get it turned around for her. It's sort of like, how it is when you are, you say some things and people confront you about it and you kind of get backed into a corner, you get all in your feelings, and then you decide that you're just going to be real hard and tough with it, and you say a whole bunch of shit that, maybe you regret later. Everybody jumps all over you, and now you don't know how to get out of that box. Even if Stacey Dash realized that she's made some big mistakes and that she's sorry for some of the things that she said about, Black people as a whole, nobody would ever even believe her. She couldn't even get out of that damn hole if she wanted to. Because now we'd be like, oh bitch, now you sorry because everybody mad at you, okay, and you still really do feel that way, you know. So it's just like she's in a no-win situation right now. What Stacey need to do is just go off somewhere. Girl, be quiet. Stop being in front of the camera. Don't go on Fox. Don't try to take on, you know, Black Twitter. Don't try to go there no more. You know you done fucked up when even the white people don't know how to respond to you. Okay, that motherfucker was like, I bet you I ain't gonna clap for her ass, and what is we supposed to do right now? You know, ChrisRock up there talking about racism in Hollywood, and then he bring this bitch out like they didn't know what the fuck to do. That's when you know you really messed up. So yeah, Stacey Dare, she need to just hang it up for now. And then lastly, you guys, the Kevin Hart thing now. Yes, the speech was almost on the line of brown nosing-ish. It was very much Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a kumbaya, you know, he fully entrenched in Hollywood. He's a crossover. White people love him because he is no threat. Black people love him because we remember when he was super duper funny. And he has his very funny moments. But when he said his speech, I was just like, oh, he ain't gonna, you know. That fucking block is too goddamn hot right now. And for him to get up there and kind of just be like, oh, black people, it's all right. We all need to just hug and be there for each other. You know, it was sort of like he was talking through rose-colored lenses. And for those who struggle and have a hard time, you know, I knew that they was not going to be, you know, on the same rose-colored glasses that, you know, Kevin had on. But I do know that Kevin Hart tries to stay positive. He knows how to play the game, you guys. You can't be out here just all, you know, fight the power. Even though ChrisRock even came out to that song and ended his simulcast on that song, you still have to know how to play the game. If you're trying to make the kind of money that ChrisRock and Kevin Hart has made, okay? Why did Dave Chappelle stop his show? He could tell that he was about to have to change. And no amount of money was going to make him do that. And even that last season of Dave Chappelle, you knew that shit was changing. It was not the same as when it first started. So I just, you know, it's such a game. It's too bad that we as black people, you know, if we want to be a success in Hollywood, that we have to play it. But Kevin Hart, no, he's got it down. Kevin Hart is focused on the takeover only. Yeah, he would like to see other black people make it, but you know, it's like he worried about what's happening for Kevin Hart right now. Can't be mad at him for that. What you better believe is all them jokes about hosting the Oscars and all. Yeah, he was very serious. ChrisRock was very serious about it. Kevin Hart would love that job. But you guys, that's it. I think I've talked enough about the Oscars. You guys let me know about everything. Those are the main points. Let me know what you thought about how ChrisRock did. If you loved it, if you hated it, if you were indifferent. Did you watch the Oscars? Did you care? Leave all that in the damn box below. You guys, speaking of your boy Kevin Hart, let's talk a little bit about Katt Williams. You guys know my feelings about Katt Williams. I think he's super talented. I think he's so funny. We went from thinking that the man was flat out crazy to knowing that he must have some sort of mental instabilities that caused him to be the way that he is. And he even admitted in his last stand-up, that HBO special that he had, that, you know, he's bipolar and he takes medication. And so even though he had all that shit going on a couple of years ago, you know, we kind of tried to understand. Looks like Katt might be off his meds again, you guys. Now, he's on tour, and I was happy to hear that, you know, he was able to get it back on track. You know, he was on tour, he's making his money. You know, he's funny. He deserves whatever success that he can garner from his stand-up, you know. But shit got real off the other day. Evidently, Sunday night, he had a show. Oh, I don't remember where the show was. It out here in Georgia? It might have been here. Not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, while he was there and while the Oscars was going on, he had a lot to say about your boy Kevin Hart. Okay, and I'm just going to paraphrase. He called him a puppet. Say that you can't be mad at Kermit the Frog. You got to be mad at Jim Henson. That he's being controlled. He insinuated that, you know, Kevin Hart amongst many others, have been fucked in the ass to get to where they are, which is like one of those things where I'm just be like, oh, it's always, if it's not the Illuminati for black people, then it's the fact that, they've performed sexual favors on, members of the same sex to, garner some sort of success. And I'm just tired of that. I don't know why black people don't realize that belittles your accomplishments. It makes you seem like the only way that you can become something is if you fuck somebody, or if you, sell your soul to the Illuminati. Please don't be in my comments with the Illuminati, you guys. Please don't do it. I don't want to hear it. It's fine if you believe it's Illuminati. I just don't happen to believe that. And it's so funny, like, do white people belong to Illuminati? Is it just black people? Or maybe the Illuminati is the white people, is the big people in the Illuminati, and then the black people just kind of sell themselves. Child, I can't. And I need to get off of that because y'all gonna make a big deal out of it. But he just went on and on to say that, Kevin Hart is a punk, basically, and just doing whatever he can just to become successful, and that he didn't have to do that. And he probably didn't have to do that. Okay, but why do you say that, everybody that's successful is fucking people? Were you doing that when you were successful? But he says no, he didn't. So there you go. But yeah, Katt Williams had a lot to say about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, stayed above the bullshit. He just said that he's gonna always remain positive. Took picture with Dave Chappelle and ChrisRock. Black men that support each other. Those who are insecure will never understand that. And that was his response. Now, the very next day, Katt Williams was at a pool supply store, evidently somewhere out here. I think they said Gainesville, somewhere in Georgia. He had over $3,000 worth of supplies. He brought it up to the counter. The person looked at him, and y'all already know what he was looking like. That fucking long ass hair, skin looking kind of muddy, kind of just that fresh, I'm off my medications look. The person looked at him and was just like, why the fuck you got all this shit up here? I guess they didn't believe that he was going, judging a book by its cover. We all do it. We shouldn't do it. Obviously, Katt Williams had the money. They didn't believe that he did. When it was some confrontation about the shit, Katt Williams puts the money down on the counter. Supposedly, the person took the money and put it in his pocket and then started ringing it up. Katt Williams confronted him about ringing up these things and taking the money and putting it in his pocket. And supposedly, the guy said, I don't care about this job. I just been working here a couple of months. This is how I'm gonna do it. And took the money. Some shit then went down between the two, and Katt Williams took it upon himself to beat his ass for stealing the money, I suppose, from the pool supply store. After he did that, he went outside, assumed the position, because he's used to it. He's been arrested, I think they said 12 times in Georgia in the last couple of years, and because of that, now he says that he will never perform in Georgia again. Okay, well, so yeah, he had that confrontation. When he gets bailed out, okay, you think that he would just go sit down somewhere, but no, that ain't how Katt Williams rolls. So now he comes out and he explains the situation at the pool supply and why he did what he did, but he also issues a challenge to Kevin Hart and says, if you want to prove that you funnier than me, then I challenge you to a battle in the ring. We'll put $5 million on the table between the two of us, and whoever's the funniest, winner take all. And if you believe in yourself so much, don't bring no white people with you. I was just like, okay. He tried this shit with Steve Harvey back in the past. And Steve Harvey actually accepted this challenge. I don't think it was no money on the line, or it definitely wasn't this kind of money on the line. But Steve Harvey did accept his challenge. Kevin Hart is not going to accept his challenge. Steve Harvey, for all of his success, he still cares about his street credibility. That is what he built a lot of his humor on, is the fact that he was out there grinding in the streets. Okay, that he was a nigga, that he was a hustler. That ain't how Kevin then built his brand. So Kevin could give a fuck about what niggas think about him. Okay, niggas on the street, he ain't hustling. He ain't never professed to be a fucking hustler. Not that kind. Kevin Hart, he ain't even gonna respond. I mean, I will be very shocked if he responds. It's definitely not gonna be a direct response. It's gonna be some other shit about positivity and, black people, and we gonna do this and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, Kevin Hart he don't give a fuck about Katt Williams. He is not about to go there with you. Do you know that the white people love me? Why the fuck would I get out here with this crackhead ass nigga? He's probably not on crack, you guys, but this is what I'm just trying to say. He ain't fixing to go there. So that's it, you guys. I mean, should we be stretching out the hands of prayer? Y'all get together together with your God and figure out exactly if you feel that you need to stretch out the hands of prayer, because we done did it so many times. I just want Katt Williams to be funny. I just want him to get out there and do his stand-up. You can be avant-garde, you can say some shit to get people thinking. All right, I'm not saying I want you to just be up there and just kind of, shucking and jiving and tap dancing and whatnot. I'm just saying, it ain't got to always be like this. Y'all, I done said it once before and I'm going to say it again. And I'm going to continue to say it. Zoe Saldana as Nina Simone was a mistake. It makes absolutely no sense with all of the black actresses that are out with very Afrocentric features that you would cast this Latina girl, light skin, thin nose, silky type hair as Nina Simone, who is the exact opposite of all of those features that I just described to you. And you know what? I don't think that Zoe Saldana is a bad actress. She's good at what she does. But I just for the life of me, I don't know what made her go out for this role, and I don't know what made the powers that be select her for the role. Yes, granted, racial tension was not as high back when they were casting the show as it is today. But black people even back then made it very vocal that we didn't think that she was the right person for the job. Even Nina Simone's family said, respectfully, we don't think that she is a good fit. And we've heard about how families that don't support movies, biopics like this, how it makes the movie very, very unsuccessful. I mean, look at the Aaliyah thing. Okay, look at the Jimi Hendrix thing that most of us don't even remember. Remember Andre 3000 was going to be Jimi Hendrix and everybody was saying he was so good at it. Jen, you ain't heard shit about it. That shit done came and went, right? The families wouldn't even approve the music use. Okay, and if you don't have the use of the music for artists like this, it's just like, why are we doing this? Nina Simone's family did not support the making of this movie, and mark my words, that movie is not going to do well. It is not going to do well. And like I said, white people got enough fucking shit to worry about that they're just like, you know what, if you guys think that it's a bad idea right now, you know what, maybe we won't fuck with it either. People are not going to go see this movie because it's ridiculous. And even Stevie Wonder can see that there's many, many other actresses out there that could have done this job. Zoe Saldana, she talks about the fact that she's black and, she had every right to act in this job as any other actress. And I don't agree. We complain that black actresses cannot get jobs and that they're losing it to the more exotic looking, you can't quite tell what the bitch is. She might be black. She might be Latina. Okay, bitch might even kind of look white a little bit. Shit, we put that blonde in there, child, you can't really tell. So it's just too bad, and it's unfortunate. And there, honey, them Nina Simone, the estate, the family, they so fucking over it. Okay, Zoe up there talking about her role in this movie, and the trailer that released the other day, Nina Simone's estate got on Twitter and was like, keep Nina Simone's name out your mouth forever. Forever, ever. They ain't playing this shit no more, okay? It's out. I've seen the pictures. I saw the trailer. We did prosthesis and blackface and, the wigs. I know it's done, you guys, but it doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be done when there's people out there that already look like it. That's one less thing on the budget, right? So anyway, you guys, I think it's terrible. I'm not gunning for her to be, for her movie to be, unsuccessful, but I just mark my words, y'all, that shit ain't gonna do nothing. And Big Freedia of You Already Know fame, the New Orleans bounce artist, was in court the other day, and evidently he's being charged with felony theft of government funds. They said for 3 or 4 years, he received $34,000 worth of Section 8 vouchers when his income showed that he would not have qualified for these said vouchers. And I believe they said that he faces a maximum of 10 years. I think it's $100,000 fine, and he can be charged with this. And you guys, listen. First of all, Big Freedia has admitted that he's done it, and he put out some statement, it was oversight and this, that, and the other, he wasn't good with his money, and Look, what it boils down to is he was broke back in the day. He was on Section 8 like a lot of people. Maybe he was making the money, but it was under the table. You know, he's an artist. He goes around. He probably gets paid in cash. He doesn't have to claim all this. You know how it goes, right? So he qualifies for Section 8 on paper, and he gets on Section 8. He gets on this show. Contrary to what people think, the very beginnings of a reality show, you don't make much money. As the seasons go on, yeah, you start to make more money. So probably when the show first started, you know, he didn't get off of Section 8. He was kind of able to get away with it, realized that he was able to get away with it, and left it alone. His mistake was staying on it for longer than he needed to. So now he getting this money, plus you on TV. Eventually somebody's gonna be like, wait a fucking minute, this say Big Freedia getting what? But it caught up with him, okay, and he realized it. He admitted it, and he says that, you know, he's hoping that he can pay the $34,000 back and that he can put the matter behind him. You know, maybe people need to get some training on, you know, better financial decisions and learning how to manage their money and all. I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's good, okay? But we all know people that's working the fucking system that's on Section 8. Half of the damn hairstylists in LA back in the day was on Section 8. Motherfuckers was trying hard to get on Section 8. We ain't got the law to kick it, y'all. Hell, even today, I be like, God damn. A bitch wish sometimes she can get on some Section 8. That would take a whole lot of relief off of you, right? What can you say other than, damn, because you got caught? It's unfortunate. And when you get caught and you know you're wrong and there's no way that you can get out of it, all you can do is pay your debt to society, either financially or with some jail time. Whatever you got to do, you just got to do it. And he's willing to do that. So we ain't even nothing else that we need to discuss, right? Okay, Big Freedia, hold your head up. And then lastly, you guys, let's end it on a positive note. Now, Big Boi of Outkast fame, a couple of weeks ago, he announced that he was doing a Las Vegas residency at the Wynn Hotel. That's a big, glamorous resort / hotel on the Strip in Las Vegas, and he is going to be having a show there once a month throughout the year of 2016. So good for him. Now it's being announced that T.I. also will be doing a residency out at Dre's nightclub at the Cromwell, and that he's already booked all the way through July, and that they're going to add some more performances, you know, for the second half of the year. But yeah, you guys, looks like Las Vegas is deciding to step off into the hip-hop arena. That's how you know that hip-hop is here to stay, and that shit is big. When you start going from these big songstresses, you know, your Toni Braxtons, your Celine Dion's, your Mariah Carey's, okay, then your Britney Spears and your J-Lo's, not quite the songstress, but you know, entertainers like that, and then you move on to rappers. Wow, what does that say? I mean, that's a step in the right direction for hip-hop and rappers in particular, right? So congratulations to the two of them. We'll see if they add more. Right now, I think that those are good enough choices. Okay, T.I., you know, we had some drama with him in the past, but I think, you know, T.I., he don't fuck around like that no more. Hopefully not anyway. But I think it's good. So yeah, you guys, go on and give a round of applause for your boys T.I. and Big Boi. Y'all know when you see that background that I'm at the Lucky Key, y'all. Everybody always asks me about the sushi. It's just $1 on Thursdays. $1 sushi Thursday today. And if you guys are ever in Atlanta, Lucky Key is where it's at. It's a little kind of a hole in the wall. Well, it's not really a hole in the wall, but you know, it ain't one of these jazzed up little, it's kind of more of an authentic Chinese and Japanese restaurant. Their fish is always fresh. And I'm almost willing to say that it's some of the best sushi that I've had in Atlanta. And I've been in Buckhead and all of that. Honey, some of them places in Buckhead, your motherfucker ass have food poisoning if you keep fucking around with them. But anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.